Well, hi there, everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday Motivation with me, Laura Hamilton. Hello, it's so good to have you here. Now, this week I want to start with a question, and it's a quiet one, okay? So just let it sit with you for a second. The question is, what is this costing me? What is this costing me? Not whose fault is it, not am I trying hard enough, not could it get better one day if I just hang on a little longer, just the honest one. What is this costing me? Because there's a moment, isn't there? There's a moment when you notice that something in your life is taking more from you than it's giving back. And it doesn't have to always be a relationship. It can be a job, it can be a friendship, it can be family, it can be a group you've been part of for years. It can even be a house or a routine or a version of yourself that you've just outgrown. And you feel it before you can explain it. And that's the thing I want you to hear today. You feel it first. Your body knows. Your energy knows. You come away from that person or that place or that meeting and you're flat. You're drained. You're a bit smaller than you were when you walked in. And it doesn't always show up as a feeling of being drained. Sometimes it's quieter than that. Sometimes it's a feeling that something just doesn't quite ring true. You're sitting in a room or you're on a call, listening to someone, and something in you goes quiet and says, nah, this isn't real. The words may be right, but the feeling underneath them is off. And you look around and you wonder, is it just me? Is anyone else hearing this? Now, you can't always prove it. You can't point to the thing and say, there, that's what's wrong. But you feel it. And that feeling, well, that's information. That's your knowing talking to you. And the strange part is we don't always walk away when we feel that, do we? We let it simmer. We sit with it. We give it another chance. Oh, and another. And another. Because maybe there's community there, or there's history, or there's a promise someone made us that they never quite kept. Or, and this is the big one, there's fear. Fear of the gap. Fear of what comes after. Because if I let this go, if I step away from this thing, this person, this situation that's draining me, what if nothing else comes? What if I'm left with just empty space? Now, I want to share something with you. I'm in a season of change myself right now. There's a lot of growth, a lot of changing, a lot of shifting. And I feel that pull too. The part of you that knows it's time, but the part of you that's frightened of the space on the other side. So I'm not sitting here telling you it's easy. It isn't, I know. But there's something I want you to think about. Because there's a cost to staying that we don't talk about enough. When you stay somewhere you're not respected, a job, a friendship, family, relationship, whatever it is, you're not only letting them treat you that way, you're agreeing to it. Every day you stay, you're quietly telling them and telling yourself that this is okay, that you'll accept it. And the longer that goes on, the more you start to lose respect for your own self. That's the real cost. Not just what they take from you, but what you stop giving yourself. And it works the other way too. The day you finally say, no, I'm worth more than this, and you walk, you're not just leaving them behind. You're telling yourself something. You're saying, I matter. I respect myself enough to stop accepting less. And that one decision, that changes how you carry yourself into everything that comes after. But here's what I've learned, and I've learned it the hard way, looking back over my own life. Every single time I held on too long, it cost me. And every single time I finally found the courage to let go of something that wasn't right for me anymore, the space didn't stay empty. It never stays empty. That's the bit fear doesn't tell you. Fear shows you the leaving, and it shows you the loss, and it shows you the goodbye, the gap. But what fear never shows you is what walks in afterwards. The lighter mornings, the room you suddenly have to breathe, the thing you couldn't have made space for because your hands were still full holding on to the old one. In my work, I sit with people on some of the hardest days in their lives. And if there's one thing I've come to know for certain, it's this: nothing real is ever truly lost. Nothing that's meant for you disappears because you set down something that wasn't. Love stays. The good stays. You don't have to grip everything with white knuckles to keep hold of what matters. So, if your body is telling you something, if your energy keeps going flat in the same place, with the same person, in the same room, whatever it is, listen. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to prove the case. You don't have to wait until it's completely unbearable. You just have to have trust. Trust that the part of you that knows for a reason. Trust that you have walked away before and the ground was still there under your feet. Trust the process, even when you can't see the next step yet. Because this too shall pass. The fear of the gap passes. And what's waiting for you on this other side of that courage? I promise you, it's bigger than what you're so frightened to put down. You are not stuck. You're just standing at a door you haven't walked through yet. And you're stronger than the fear that's holding the handle. So, if anything I've mentioned today in this episode has landed with you and you'd like to sit with me, whether it's for a reading or coaching, for just some real time and space to work through perhaps what's next for you, then you'll find everything over at my website, laurahamiltonmedium.com. Because that's where I do my deeper work with people, and I'd be glad to walk alongside you. So, you take care of yourself this week. And remember, you're never alone. Until next time, bye for now.